And first of all, just breathe. Sometimes we just need to breathe, right? Doesn't it feel good? Just take a deep breath. So nice. But I wanted to pop on and share something with you today. And before we get started, as usual, drop an emoji below to let me know how you are feeling today. What emoji would you use to describe what you are feeling today? If I dropped an emoji, what would it be? It would probably be the one where the guy's like I'm like buzzing, like there's stuff I have to get done. Maybe it'd be a hamster wheel. Like there's stuff I have to get done and I feel like I'm moving, but I'm not going anywhere really. That's the sense that I have today. So whatever emoji represents that. Like there's a hamster wheel emoji, that would be it. But I wanted to hop on today to share with you a really powerful tip, really powerful tool that you can use to keep your relationship happy. And the reason why, and it's a tool that I know every single one of you have heard before, but is really underutilized. And I have to say that I have been guilty of underutilizing it, even though I tell people all the time to use it. I work with a lot of couples, and at the end of the session, I will use this tool. I will invite my couples to use this tool. But my husband and I, we started using it again, and it really does work. You ever do that where you wonder like why you realize something works when you use it, and then you wonder, why don't I use that more? It's really actually a helpful thing. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Before I get started, from those of you who do not know me, I am Dr. Lynetta Willis. I'm a psychologist and a family coach, and I love helping families break free from stable misery, or that space within us, within our lives that we often find, or we can find ourselves, where things seem to be going fairly consistently in a lot of areas of our lives, but there might be a few areas like our parenting or our partnership where things just feel unfulfilled or frustrating, where we feel unfulfilled or frustrated and we just want things to be better. But we stay in that space because it's familiar and it's safe and we just don't know how to get out. So that's what I help people do in their families, particularly couples and parents. And if you want to learn more about that, hit up healingstablemisery.com. There is a free download there where you can get more information about how to heal stable misery, how to break free from stable misery as a parent or as a partner. Some really great tips there. So go ahead and download that. But let's get started because I know you're just dying to know what this is, right? So the first thing I want to say is, what I often encourage people to do is to go from stable misery to what I like to call dynamic joy. All right. And I already explained what stable misery is. Dynamic joy is more, it's we think of joy, that's an emotion, right? Like, oh, I feel joyful today. But the truth of the matter is, I like to look at joy as really an action-oriented state or so more of a verb, especially when I'm talking about dynamic joy, right? It's things that we can do every single day, moment by moment, continuous movements that we can make towards a greater sense of well-being, towards a greater sense of pleasure, of happiness in our lives, right? And I really think dynamic is an important piece because it ultimately reminds us that at any given moment, we are just one habit away from the joy we seek. That's it. We just have to make a move or a small shift and we can get there. So I love helping people go from stable misery to that dynamic joy. And it's going to look different for everybody. So why am I offering this tip today? Well, one of the, what I call stable misery minions, those things that we can do. They can be actions, or they can be experiences that we have that really just keep us stuck in stable misery, right? It's really like stable misery's helpmates. And the one that is really fitting today are what I like to call dirt-colored glasses. So have you ever been in that situation in your relationship, let's say in your marriage, where it's just easy to see everything that's wrong with it, right? Like you start to wonder, like, why did we even get together? Was there anything good, right? Everything is wrong. Nothing is good. It's all just, it's just not working, right? And I know that Patrick and I, this is a huge one for us. When we start to get into that space where things are just frustrating and just downtrodden, that's a really big tip or clue for us that we might be going into that stable misery pit again, right? And so dirt-colored glasses is one of those things where when you start to notice that you're just really focusing on what's wrong, or what your partner isn't doing, or how things could be much better, right? There's a good sign that you might be looking through some dirt-colored glasses and you're not really seeing the positive aspects or things that are going well, right? Like there's a lot, like at this time, there's a lot going on in the world, and when I compare my life now with the world, like I really don't have much to complain about, especially in my marriage, right? But when dirt-colored glasses get on my eyes, dude, everything is annoying. Everything. Like the fact that if I leave like socks and a shirt on the floor, he'll see that, but he won't see that shirt that's been sitting in the corner of his for like a week, right? Like those types of things. It's like, wait a minute. Just even the littlest things. And of course, all the way to the much bigger things. It's all we can really see. So here we move on to the tip of the day and how we can push against the stable misery minion of dirt-colored glasses. And here you go again, like I said, gratitude. Dynamic Joy Designer, gratitude. Now, don't roll your eyes, or because I know it's like this thing, everybody's like, start a gratitude journal, which don't get me wrong. I'm not doubting that. Please, if that's your thing, absolutely start a gratitude journal. 100%. I just find whenever I tried, I would write in it for like 3 days and then I'd lose the thing, or, I'd start writing grocery lists in it. It's just not my way of being, right? Of creating dynamic joy or designing dynamic joy in my life. But gratitude is where it's at. I'm serious. There have been a number of studies, and I'll post an article with this too, that show that people who do keep a gratitude journal or a list of things they're grateful for, they're more optimistic about life. They exercised more. They got sick less, right? So this idea about the power of thought and where we focus our thoughts and our intentions, it's really powerful. It can literally change our body, right? Our thoughts, what we tend to focus on. And when you're looking through dirt-colored glasses, you could end up, you're more stressed, you're releasing more stress hormones into your body, which impacts your immune system, which is going to lead you to get sicker quicker, right? Or more susceptible to illnesses. But when you're expressing gratitude, all those feel-good emotions are going through your body, right? You're more likely to focus on things that are going to bring, those feel-good emotions out, boost up your immune system. You're more likely to eat healthier because you're not stress eating, right? So you're less likely to be sick. So the science is clear that gratitude is a wonderful thing. And even when it comes to couples relationships, okay, they found that couples that expressed gratitude to each other, they felt more positive towards each other in their relationship. And this is the part that I love. It also showed that they felt more comfortable expressing areas of disconnect or discontent with each other. Which, if you think about it, it makes sense. If you're going through your day and you're just think you have the dirt colored glasses on and you're just thinking about all the annoying things that you're, about your partner, about your relationship. And they just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger in your head. And the bigger they get, the less you want to say anything about them, right? Or there might be a fear like me, like if I say something about this, everything, and plus the kitchen sink is going to fly out of my mouth. So I'm just going to let that calm down and simmer a little bit, But when you've already poured into the other person, right? And you've already let the other person know consistently over time, I appreciate you. I'm grateful towards you, these types of things, then it's much easier to say, and that shirt in the corner, the socks on the floor, it'd be great if you could just scoop those up, But like with my husband, when I've heard like, did you clean the bathroom yet? Did you pick that up? Should we get the kids clothes the clothes yet? Did you do all that? And then you add on the socks on the floor. It's kind of like, But if it's one of those things where we've been grateful towards each other and we've been expressing things, those aren't that big because we already feel, we already feel appreciated and understood in that way. Another research study that was really interesting was done with managers, and it found when managers would say thank you to their employees reported being much happier on average, right? And so it's one of the, and again, you can't really tell what came first all the time, chicken or the egg, but it's pretty clear that gratitude is powerful, right? So the reason why I thought that was cute, not to call our children our employees, but we do have power over them in many respects. And it just made me remember, to say thank you to my kids, even if it's a chore that is expected, that I expect them to do because they're contributing members of this society that I call our family, it's still okay to say thank you, right? Like, thank you for doing that. Thank you for picking that up. Thank you for cleaning that, and it helps them to feel good. Like they did something. You're welcome. Right. So even remembering to say thank you to our kids is important. That's a frame of gratitude, right? Or expression of gratitude that can actually help your relationship with them as well. So here's your action step for the week. What I want you to do is I want you to express one thing that you're grateful for each day for the next week to your partner. Okay? One thing that you're grateful for each day, just one. If you want to go and do more than that, by all means do it, but just one thing that you're grateful for. And then at the end of the week, grab a glass of wine or juice or whatever you're into, and then just talk about what you noticed. Talk about how it felt. Like, what was that like, saying something we were grateful for every day. Put it on the calendar, put a reminder in your phone, set a specific time that you're going to do it. Maybe when you wake up first thing in the morning or before you go to bed at night, or maybe you bring in the whole family and you make it a dinner time treat or dinner time activity, right? Where everybody goes around the table and expresses something they're grateful for with everyone. Okay. So do that. And if you remember, come back and post what ended up happening, because I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear how it went. We started this. I'm not doing it with the kids. Maybe I will, but Patrick and I have started doing it, and it is really helpful. The other thing that I've noticed is for a lot of times when I'm working with couples, at the end of the session, I'll have them turn to each other and say something that you're grateful for. And no matter how tense the session, it always softens the situation. It always softens things, right? So I know personally, I know professionally that gratitude is really, really, really powerful. And you don't always have to just wait for the time when you agree to do it either. You can just say, all right, you know what? You can just bust out with it one day, like you're brushing your teeth or something. And okay, maybe after you spit, and just look at your partner and say, you know what? I'm really grateful for you, and just fill in the blank there. So use as much as you want, but at least one time a day. All right. Well, that is it for today. I hope you all are doing so well. If you haven't dropped the emoji letting me know what you are feeling like today, please do that. And don't forget, if you want more information on how to break free from stable misery, you can go to healingstableMisery.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.